What is the plan? That's that's where I'll stop. What's the plan, Phil? Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast, brought to you by BetMGM. We're in a new studio. First episode in the new studio, and I'm pissed.
I feel good, dude. I can relax in here.
Yeah.
Every episode we've ever done, I've been tight.
I'm just staying.
Now I'm relaxed.
I'm staying on top of people.
Okay.
This is bullshit. This new studio's great. It looks beautiful. I'm psyched to be in here. The lighting is way better.
Yeah.
We're gonna hopefully stop getting so many DMs from people going, "Can you please hire me to be your production coordinator to fix the lighting, because the lighting is terrible." The lighting has been fixed. It's great, I hope. But we're supposed to have a fucking table.
You know, for all the Arrested Development fans out there, you know how the Magicians Alliance has a slogan?
We demand to be taken seriously.
That is how I feel right now, dude.
It's just like, it's so great in here, isn't it? Where's my fucking table?
We asked for one thing.
Where's my fucking table?
They said, put your lists of requests down, as much as you want. We submitted one.
We literally put the table down, and I said, I will pay for this out of my own wallet. Just make sure there's a table here.
And listen, hey, we're going to get it.
Now, the good news is I talked to Paige. We're getting the table.
Yeah.
Paige is all over it.
Yep.
She's a beast. That said, the table's not fucking here.
I'm
pissed at the table.
I demand to be taken seriously.
I'm pissed at Big Table.
Yeah, table.
Not Paige. I'm pissed that
because
wherever we got this table from, they're fucking up.
Exactly. Like, we put in the request, they put in the request.
Yeah.
Table hasn't come.
We said first episode in the new studio is this day, the 28th of October. Make sure it's there by then. They said, we got you.
Yep.
They don't got shit, dude.
Wow.
It's bullshit.
Wow.
But otherwise, it's great.
Otherwise, it's
look around.
Relax.
Otherwise, it's fantastic.
We get more hockey stuff in here. We're going to do that, though. We're going to get more hockey stuff in
Yeah,
here.
we're going to get more hockey stuff in here. Yep. And then once the table gets in here, we're going to be fucking buzzing.
We are going to be absolutely firing.
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable. Great episode for us today. We got the Philip Forsberg episode that came out on Monday.
Yeah. Wow.
Unbelievable. Guy's just so cool.
He is extremely...
Right? He's a cool dude.
I think kids are saying aura now.
Yeah, he's got aura.
And he just, he walks in, and I'm like,
yeah,
flip.
He's got aura. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out immediately. But what's pretty sweet is Preds. 3-0.
Ping!
3-0 since Flip came on the Empty Netters podcast. Started with us in the building and a shellacking of the Bruins.
Yep.
Flip also buzzing.
Dude, he said.
All over the score sheet.
When you listen to the app, or when you go listen to it if you haven't, he said in the shout out at the end, he said, let my appearance on the Empty Netters show begin the Predators' hot streak. He said that out loud.
He sure did.
They have not lost since he came on.
Yeah, 3-0. And that leads us perfectly into the first thing we need to discuss today, tonight. Yeah, so by the time this episode's out, the game will be played. But tonight, we got Stammer's return to Tampa Bay.
And again, since you just said, since it's late, we're not going to wax poetic about it because it'll already happen. But I just want to say, having talked to him a bit, having talked to his family a bit in our national trip, which was awesome, it's a lot of emotions for him on every level. Like being in Nashville, leaving Tampa, all that shit, that's still a thing. Like, I know it's a business and he's a pro and it's on to the next, but it's just, it's still a thing. And, they were joking, his parents were joking, someone wanted to come see Steven after the game, and it's we don't actually know where to go. Because in Tampa, they're exactly, use this door, take this ticket. They're I don't know how to get around Bridgetown.
Yeah, dude. 16 years in one place. You feel like a little kid again.
Yeah, totally.
You're I'm leaving home for the first time, dude.
Yep.
The guy played, lived 18 years of his life playing hockey, then gets drafted and goes to Tampa, and then lived 16 years of his life playing hockey. And now he's moving somewhere else, and he's what the fuck, dude?
He's probably going to walk to the wrong locker room.
100%.
Because he's never been on that bench. He's never been in the visitor's locker room.
It's crazy. They're asking a lot of him, dude.
Yep. So, and I'm glad, honestly, dude. I mean, I love the Preds anyway, but given the situation, I'm glad they're firing again.
Yeah.
If they limped in there fucking 0-8,
yeah,
I'm sure that he's going to get an incredible ovation. But even that post we did, what was it? Or maybe we were just talking about the Preds having a slow start in one of our clips or something. But a lot of comments. Oh, it was the Dumb and Dumber thing.
Oh my God.
A lot of comments on that were as a Bolts fan, kind of happy that he's not playing well, And I was like,
dude, boo to those fucking losers.
Yeah, I was like, bro, he's the man, and it wasn't his fault. He wanted to stay.
Yeah.
And he got dogged. So I'm glad they're playing better.
Yeah.
Because if they limped in 0-7 and he had no points, I would be like, this sucks.
And I'm gonna give those people a pass because I think that there's a chance that they were like, dude, I feel that way because it would have been sad.
Would have hurt even more.
I'm not like fuck you, Stammer. I'm
Yeah.
more like it would have hurt to see him be good somewhere else.
Yep.
But I'm still kind of like, fuck off, dude.
Dude,
he's in a different division. He's in a different conference. Let him him
turned
fly.
So, dude, look at this. I'm so anti-man now, as in the establishment.
Anti-man.
I hate the man.
Oh, the man.
Yeah, fuck commerce, dude.
Yeah, agree with that.
Because, bro, I don't know when it happened, but I used to be like, I'm a Red Sox fan, I'm a Bruins fan, I'm a Patriots, Celtics, whatever, Chelsea. But like now, I just hate these corporations.
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing, dude. And I like the players.
Yeah.
And now I do the exact opposite of what we were just describing those fans do. And dude, it doesn't always work out, but like Mason Mount gets jacked out of Chelsea. Xander Bogaerts jacked out of Boston.
Yeah.
I literally hope they go win Ballon d'Ors and MVP. I'm like, I hope Man U wins 10 straight titles on the back of Mason Mount now, you fucking pricks. That's how I felt.
Yeah,
and
I
like
know.
Xander, I was like, I hope the Padres win the World Series. It's so crazy to me how the young me would never have believed that.
Go
statement.
Dodgers, Mookie.
Yeah, literally. Where it's like team over everything. Now I'm like, no, dude. And I like when the players get to motherfuck the corporations.
Yeah.
Who motherfucked them.
You're kind of a communist.
I think, is that communism? Because if
I
it
don't-
is, then I am a communist. I didn't know that, but if it is, then fine. I
think it's funny to call you a communist.
Yeah, because, and I'm, dude,
But we are down with corporations.
fuck these corporations.
All I care about is the people.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a man of the people. I would like to give Rome back to the people. Call me Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah. There was a dream that was Rome.
Yes, dude. And you could only whisper it.
Yeah. And,
Anything more than a whisper, and it would vanish.
And, dude, it wasn't given to the people.
Yeah, no, I'm about the people too. So we're, like, you're rooting for Stammer tonight.
Oh,
hard.
dude, and I can't wait. Here's the one thing. The Lightning did a lot wrong with Stammer. A lot wrong. But the one thing that they will not do wrong, I guess past tense when you listen to this episode, did not do wrong, I can already count on it, is the tribute video.
Yeah.
That will be played in Tampa tonight.
It's going to be chills.
It will be chills, dude.
Yeah.
It should win Best Short at the Oscars.
You know
this
what
year.
will be sick is when we pop that game on in our office and watch it. Oh, fuck. We can't do that because the TVs aren't set up.
But soon.
Thanks a lot, Edge.
Wow, dude, if he's listening to this, he's going to be so mad.
Just a little dig at our boy Edge there, who is not set up the TVs in the sports annex. What am I supposed to do, dude? How am I supposed to do my job? How am I supposed to chip with that going on, Doug?
Can't you watch it in the theater? There's like a theater now.
Yeah, but that's not the point,
Yes,
dude.
it is. That's where we watch games.
This is a principle thing, dude. I am the Dyson vacuum man. I've said it a million times.
Yep.
I just want things to work properly. The TVs should work properly in the sports annex.
Yep.
And I won't rest.
Yeah, correct.
I won't rest until it's
Correct.
done.
Okay. Well, it's going to be chills tonight. I can't wait to watch that game.
I can't wait to watch that game, too.
Hope the Preds win. I just want to intro Wags on camera for the first time.
Oh. Say what's up to the people, Wags.
On camera finally, and just happy to be here. So
Hell
appreciate
yeah.
you guys and excited to continue rolling.
Wags joined us
That's
on the
special.
Nashville trip. You guys all got to hear that, but he was the quiet assassin, the silent assassin.
Yes.
Invisible assassin.
Not his fault. He didn't have a mic.
Exactly, but now we're dialed in.
That was his
So
rookie lap right there.
That was a hot lap, no bucket.
Yeah. That's
So
good stuff.
welcome, Wags, to the pod. Thrilled to have you. Thrilled to have him on camera finally.
That's good stuff.
Boom.
That's good stuff.
Atlantic, Toronto.
Another signing, Jake McCabe, extended in Toronto. Unbelievable.
Dan, I don't pull up his numbers and
5
yeah.
years, 4.51 AAV.
Yep.
I always love the random numbers like that. You know, people are cooking books when a number
Yeah.
comes in like that.
I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool.
Freak.
Don't know what you're up to, but okay.
Yep.
Or I like to think that it's like an agent being like, get $200K more. And they're
Yeah.
like,
Fine,
fucking, yeah, like take it, whatever. But last year, full season in Toronto, 73 games, 8 goals, 20 assists, a plus 20. Career highs in goals and points and plus minus. He's on the second pairing. 28 points from your second pairing D-man, who's definitely kind of more of like a I think he's a balanced player. Like he's he's clearly bringing some offense, but he's a decently gifted defensive player.
What I think is cool, Dan, is last year, I think we've talked about this before, but like what was it? It was 2 seasons ago, I think, when the Leafs added all of that D at the deadline, right? It was the Dubas year. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We made an Unreal video that got banned from IG. It was Les Mis when they're singing One Day More.
Yes.
And we had
One
it was
D
Dubas
more.
singing One D More.
Yes.
And it was like him getting all this.
That video was
and
so
it's
funny.
Goated, dude. I wish I could get
video
it
was
up
so
online somehow. Maybe I can put it on YouTube or something. Whatever. But anyway, that was McCabe was part of that, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm remembering incorrectly. No, I know he was. So when that happened, I felt like Toronto was doing that thing where they're like, they get all this mid-tier D thinking this was going to solve the problem, and it isn't. It's the same way, dude, in fantasy football when people are always trying to trade you like your stud for 3 okay guys. And I'm like this, the okay guys do not help me at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Toronto's bringing in all this okay D. And they're not bad, but like they're okay guys.
Yeah.
It's not going to change a thing. And then it was like first round exit. I guess they won the first round that year, but like immediate loss, first round exit last year. And so I want to be like, ha ha ha, re-signing Jake McCabe. Yeah, that'll fix it. But I got to say, he showed up and put up a career year and is doing his job, Bill Belichick style.
He is doing his job.
And that's a good number. That's not a lot of money for a guy that's doing his job and giving you probably 30 points this year.
What do you think about this? I'm not going to knock Tree Living, and I'm not going to knock the Leafs. Like, ultimately, for me, I'm like, anytime, that's a good year, dude. 28 points from your second pairing D-man. I'll take that all day.
I'm just going to look up Carlo's number as well.
Yeah,
while you talk to me.
4.51 mil a year with the cap going up. I don't hate this one bit. I love this signing. I think it's great stuff. And for Toronto, I'm like, stack D to the fucking ceiling.
To the moon.
Stack D to the fucking ceiling. Morgan Riley is a great player. He gets dogged a little bit by a lot of people in the media, but like Morgan Riley's a great defenseman.
Yep.
But I do think I want to see who is that other great defenseman. When we talk about Marner's contract coming up, Tavares' contract coming up, they're talking about extending Marner. There's even been people being like, bring Tavares back, just bring him back on a more reasonable number. Yeah. If I'm the Leafs, I'm like, absolutely not. I'm trading one of them or letting them go and doing everything in my power to sign the best defenseman that hits UFA. Like, they need the second guy who is there. Like, you are a phenomenal defenseman.
Yeah.
Like, that is what you need on that team. You need to look at that roster and go, who's on D for the Leafs? And they need to go, well, we've got Morgan Riley, and then obviously we've got this guy. Yep. And they signed Tanev. That's great. Amazing, sure. But, like, the Leafs aren't off to the best start. Certainly not the best start defensively. And my big thing with Tanev was, what did they sign him till?
Dude,
he's fucking 40 years old.
It's a long time. It's a long time.
Like, literally 40.
Time, yeah.
And I love this McCabe signing, but, like, McCabe's 31.
Yep.
So that's 5 years. Now you got him on the books till he's 36. Again, that's a super low number, and in a couple of years, it's going to be a really low number. But I just want the Leafs to invest in D, and I think this is a good start.
Me too.
You've got him locked up. You've got Tanev locked up. Like, this is good stuff.
Agree. I think everyone's happy there. Because that, like I said, good number. I'm
Definitely.
sure McCabe's happy. Carlo, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points, plus 23 last year.
Yeah.
You know, and I love Carlo as a second pairing.
Yeah.
I love him. I
And
think
what's
he's
Carlo's number?
Good question.
I think it's like 4.25 or something.
I actually think that's right.
But anyway,
that's what's McCabe?
4.51.
4.51. Yeah. Carlo 5.45. Oh no, 4.1. 4.1.
4.1. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 4.1. So
4.1.
You know, that's a good number.
It's a good number.
McCabe. It's a fantastic
happy.
number.
Everyone's happy. Good deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Toronto, good deal. Good deal.
Great job. It's stuff that you love to see. You need them to beef it up a little bit. Let's stick on D. Talk about Shea Theodore. I think one of the more underrated guys in the league on the blue line. Shea Theodore signs a 7-year extension with Vegas at 7.425 AAV. He has 1 goal and 7 assists, 8 points through 8 games right now. That's the Vegas discount, isn't it?
Dude.
Isn't it?
Yes. And man, that team, we've been like, we said preseason, well, maybe this is the year where all the cap shit catches up to him. And I'll stand by something you said earlier, which is that I don't know if they have the wiggle room to get hurt so badly this year, right? Like, I think if they have some serious injuries, they might be in trouble.
Yeah.
But here they are right now. No one's hurt. Everyone's firing. They're in first place. Cap's about to go up over 100 soon. And Theodore is, how old is he?
29.
So it's another one where
Going to take him to his 36.
but
But that's normal now,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Like 36 years old. I mean,
That's it, though. That's his whole career. Like, boom, he'll be done around then, I think.
he could
Get some
play a
wear and
couple
tear
more.
on him.
Could play a couple more, maybe.
Maybe, actually. But, like, he will still be a serviceable defenseman.
No doubt.
In the league at 36.
No doubt. I just think we're seeing a lot of guys at 36 years old
Yep.
in the league now who are still playing great hockey.
And he can score, dude. Like, let me get his stats,
He's
bro.
just an unbelievable player, man. He was so crucial for them in their cup run.
insane.
So crucial for them before that.
He was also dialed.
know what's
remember
funny?
The media day?
I think, yeah, he was locked in. He wasn't joking around
Did I
at all.
post that or no?
I think we did. But, like, we were not. Like, CP made a joke at media day. He was like, are you a little bummed, Like, we're just fucking around, obviously, because we're clowns.
Yeah.
But he was like, are you a little bummed, the cup run's kind of bleeding into your summer here? And he was like, absolutely not. This is why I play. I would rather be nowhere else on earth. And we were like, oh, my God.
I was like, oh, I know.
Sorry.
I was just kidding.
Sorry, dude. I have a red nose on and big floppy shoes. I thought you knew that I was a clown.
We actually rode in on a tiny Vespa
Yeah.
together. I don't know if you saw that.
Sorry. No, but he's a beauty and so locked in. And I think we can joke about it now because they've got a great blue line and they're on the up and up.
Yep.
But Shea is another example that makes me laugh about the Ducks because you look around the league and it's like Shea Theodore, former Duck, Brandon Montour, former Duck. Hampus Lindholm, former Duck. And I'm like, hey, Ducks, stop. I'm like, Jamie Drysdale, former Duck. Stop trading all your fucking defensemen, dude.
That is
What are you
actually
doing?
wild how they have good D still.
Yes,
I'm
it's
like,
crazy.
Jesus Christ.
It's absolutely crazy.
Listen to Shea, dude. 29 and 6. These are all his Vegas years.
Okay.
Points. 29 and 61, 37 and 79, 46 and 71,
Huge.
42 and 53,
Huge.
52 and 78,
Huge.
41 and 55,
Huge.
42 and 47 last year.
You got to stay
Disgusting.
healthy, Shea.
And he's 8 for 8 this year.
Yeah.
So, if he gives you a fucking
I mean, like, he is
60-point
like,
season,
he's
dude,
just under point per game pace.
the last 2 years, he's right
Yeah.
there. If he gives you a
Oh, he's a
60,
monster.
70
Dude.
point
He's a
season.
monster. For me, absolute lock for Team Canada, for Four Nations.
Yep.
Just such a good player. Unbelievable stuff.
great Vegas discount. And dude, it's one that he is genuinely, I'm sure, like, that's an awesome number for me. And Vegas is going to be able to still build in the years to come because of this, because this isn't that high.
Yeah.
They can still build around him as they navigate the cap for the next few years. And I don't think this will get to this point, but movable. If they're like, oh, hey, something happens and they want to get someone a D guy when he's 34 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this is just such a fucking pro contract for
Oh,
everybody.
it's so good, dude. And
God
that
damn.
Vegas the discount is real. Like,
Sick.
you look around the league, you look at like the Sanderson deal, you look at the Mo Sider deal. It's just, I know he's 29, but everything is pointing to Shea Theodore should be signing an 8x8 type deal, or at least like a 7x8 or something like this. So to get him under 8, it's just another great
Amazing.
piece of work by Vegas. Unbelievable. Let's move on to another extension in the 7 range. This is the talk of the town.
Ya boy.
Alexis Lafreniere signs a 7-year by $7.45 million contract a year extension. He had 28 and 29 for 57 last year in 82 games. Yes, Rangers fans, he had a good playoff run as well.
Yeah, I know, dude. He had 14 points in 16 games. I know.
14 and 16. That's so amazing.
It is good, though, dude.
Yeah,
It's
no,
good.
it's really good. But like
Yeah.
the way they talk about it is he's putting up McDavid numbers.
Yeah, they were like, oh, God. He said
Everyone
playoff
fucking
record
calm
and
down.
everything.
4 for 4, 8 points in 8 games right now. Listen.
I got to take. It's going to blow your mind on this.
I mean, I
It's gonna
have
blow-
so much to
it's gonna
say.
blow your mind.
And also, if people remember, I'm Positivity Dan.
Yes, sir.
Positivity Dan. We're only positive these days. But I don't even need to be positivity. I love this deal. I think it's a fantastic contract. But I do want to address what happened over the weekend. Friday, this deal was announced, and we had a tweet that went nuclear that I fired off. I simply said, why are we acting like this deal is a steal? So many Rangers fans going, oh my God, what a fucking steal. That's such a bargain. And I was like, no, it's not. This is a great deal. This is unbelievable work by Drury. It's unbelievable work by Laff and his agent, because this, in my opinion, this deal is exactly what he's worth. Now, if he keeps up the progress that he's been on since last season, will this be a steal in a couple of years? I think absolutely.
Yep.
But let's say Laff kind of teeters out at like a 65, 70 point per season guy. This deal is not a steal.
Yeah,
a guy making $7.5 million a year, you're like, yeah, it's, you know, that's great.
What's DeBrusque making?
I don't know.
7 something, right?
Yeah, I think 7 something. Yeah. So I'm like, it's a good deal, guys. You know, like, you take so many people are like, so you don't understand that, like, you're thinking about the future, and I'm like, no, I absolutely do. But you know, the future needs to happen as you're projecting it in order to call it a steal.
Yeah.
Like, there is no guarantee.
Yep.
That's my point. When you look at last season, a guy with 59 points, 2 points more, Pavel Zacha, making like 4.5.
Yeah, right.
That is a steal.
Yeah.
For that season.
Yeah.
Now, is Pavel Zacha going to be good as Laff? I don't think so.
Right.
In fact, I would say certainly not.
Yep.
But you got to get that production for it to be a steal. And then my next point is, this went on our IG over the weekend and was the fucking funniest thing I've been a part of in a long time. There's two things that absolutely fried my brain over the weekend. I put up on the IG, what do you think, in talking about monetary transactions or contracts, a steal means? And I was like, is a steal to you guys nope, that's a good, fair deal? Or is it oh, wow, we got that for way less?
It's a bargain.
It's a bargain.
As Biz would say.
Yeah, it's a bargain.
Yep.
Dude, I think the vote came down to like 61% to 39%. And I said this on the IG. I won't bore people with the same thing. I need to know what is wrong with people who voted the other way.
Yeah.
And I then posted something that was like, "Are you guys okay? Like, do you know you know the English language?" And a ton of people were like, "Dude, I didn't watch the video. I didn't listen. I thought you were talking about the Laff contract, so I voted good, fair deal." I was confused.
Yeah.
And that made me even more mad, because I was like, "Guys, like, don't vote on shit without knowing what we're talking about. Like, let this be a lesson.
Yeah.
Let this be a lesson in the importance of listening. Let it be a lesson in the importance of democratic elections, dude. Maybe know what the fuck you're voting for before you click something, folks." Holy moly.
Okay, here's my. I got a couple things to say about Laffy, and then I'm gonna give you the take that is gonna fucking fry your brain. One, Laffy is looking like a very good player. But I really get tired of Rangers fans that just can't accept. I'm going to actually pull this up. That can't accept that this isn't a good timeline for him so far. And, like, even if he becomes nasty, that's great. But just, like, this isn't what you wanted when you drafted him first. Because they always say, well, we had the first overall pick, but we were already a good team. We didn't need him to come in and be Connor Bedard and take every shot.
Yeah.
And I always say, well, dude, the Bruins had that exact luxury with Tyler Seguin. We had the second overall pick. The Bruins were a very good team. They won the Cup that year.
Yeah.
Seguin comes in, didn't need him. He was 19 years old, 22 points in 74 games.
Yeah.
The next year, 67 points in 81. The next year, 32 in 48, shortened season. And then he's gone.
Yeah.
But, like, immediately, he's like a high 60s pace guy.
Yeah.
And then in Dallas, if you want to just keep it going because he wasn't on the Bees, but whatever, 84 and 80, 77 and 71. That is what you expected from Laffy. Come in, 22 points. We don't need you yet. 65 points year 2. Wow, you are sick.
Yeah.
Now you're a point per game
Because here's the deal. I don't give a fuck if I don't need you.
Yep.
You're first overall pick, dude.
Dude, which brings me to number 2.
You can imagine Sidney Crosby getting drafted by the best, one of the top teams in the league that year and being like this, well, I'm only going to get 20 points because you don't need me. What are you talking about, dude? Any team would take a first overall pick and go, we're going to figure out how to use you, obviously,
if you're good.
You are a first overall pick.
And so that's my number 2, which is like, they're always like, he's on the third line. And I'm like, because he's not good. Like, if he was fucking nasty, he would have been on the first line.
And they're
talking that simple.
And they're talking about as if they won the Cup every year. They're like this, well, he's on the third line, dude. He's not good enough to play on the top 2 lines. We're so nasty. And I'm like this, how many Cups did you win in those few years?
Like, and
0?
I like Laffy. I'm rooting for Laffy. Just that logic baffles me when I'm like, if he was playing better, he would be on a higher line.
Oh yeah.
If he deserved to be on power play 1, he would be on power play 1. There's all this like he's on. And I'm like, it's fine.
Oh, it's insane, dude.
Here's my take, dude. Strap this on.
I feel like I'm not gonna like this.
I actually think that because Laffy's agent is selling potential to the Rangers, right? He's like, look at me. Look at this exponential
trying enough,
graph. Give me 7-4, whatever the fuck you got. And Drury's balancing that with what you've done, actually. And I actually think they were able to sell some potential with that number. Because to your point, he should be getting 4, which is what what his contemporaries are getting. So they did sell some potential. I actually think that Laffy is an idiot. And he was going to be UFA this year, right?
I believe RFA.
Oh, okay, RFA, yeah. He is about to have 85 points this year and should have just fucking waited and been like this, give me $10 million because I'm the guy now.
Yeah.
Which I actually think he's going to do. Like, I straight up believe Laffy's going to finish with 80
I think he's
going to
have 80, 90, yeah.
And all you had to do was wait. But instead, you take this team-friendly deal for the Rags, who have done nothing for you, theoretically. You know, it's not like you're like, oh, I really owe the Rags.
Yeah.
So he should have just waited. And the fact that he even took this deal makes me question his confidence. Because if he knows the way I know that he's about to have 90 points, then you wait, obviously. And your agent, I'm sure, said, we should maybe wait if you're about to pop the fuck off. And he said, no, we should take this deal because I don't believe in myself.
Interesting. I'm not going to call you an idiot for that. I'm not sure I agree with it, but I'm not going to call you an idiot for that.
It was so easy to get more money if you actually think you're good, which he must, or you'd think. But now I'm questioning everything.
I'm not going to lie. If I were him, I mean, he's going to get, if he keeps playing the way we all think he's going to keep playing, he'll be, what is he, 21, 22? He's going to be 28, 29. He'll get another deal. I would have gone bridge if I were him.
Interesting.
I would have gone 4 years and been like, here you go,
I love
guys.
that take, too.
And then be an absolute stud all-star when you're 25, 26, and then be like this, give me $15 million.
Bang, yeah.
That's what I would have done.
Again, see?
So in that
all of
regard,
this makes me question his self-confidence.
In that regard, like, I'm sure there are fucking idiot Rangers fans right now being like, that's why it's a steal. And I'm like this, yeah, but it also might not do any of these things. That's why it's not yet.
Right.
Just be patient, you fucking idiots.
No, but I'm buying the steal because I'm like, if we both think he actually does pop off, then this is a steal, which is why I'm like, you are an idiot.
This is what I said. I said it on Twitter a billion times. I think it is going to be a steal. But it's I basically what I go to. If Laff had signed a 7 by like 9.5, I would have been like, that is an overpay.
Agree.
That is a massive overpay. That's why I think it's moronic to call it a steal right now, because I'm like, no, the number he got is what he is. That's his value. It's a great deal.
It's beyond his value. They did buy some of the potential.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, actually, that's fair.
Because if he's a 50-point guy, they overpay.
Yeah. Like, or 60. But if they were like, I get 60 a year, then I'm like this, that is too much money for a 60 a year guy.
Yeah, agree. So they bought some potential.
Absolutely.
He's an idiot, dude.
But ultimately, I do want to say, genuinely love the player. Like, I think it's awesome seeing. There is nothing I hate more than a bust.
Oh, it breaks my heart. Genuinely.
Yes,
it's like your lifelong
we're
dream
joking
to be
around
sick at
all
hockey.
the fucking time. We are in this game for entertainment, guys. Like we are just being goofballs for you. There is nothing I hate more than a bust because it's heartbreaking. Like, these kids work their entire fucking lives at this game, and then they come in and whatever doesn't work, and then they've got an entire fan base being like, you fucking suck.
Yeah.
That is heartbreaking to me. So him playing well absolutely thrills me. The only thing we get fired up by is, man, you Rangers fans are like genuinely the most insanely delusional people of all time. And I say that with love in a bit of a way. But in another way, I'm like, just calm down, guys. This goes into, I think I was talking to a Bruins fan, like, we're Bruins fans.
Yeah.
But I was talking to a fellow Bruins fan the other day. In my opinion, dude, you know what it was? The Florida Panthers have beaten the Bruins twice.
Yep.
And they have knocked them out of playoffs 2 years in a row.
Yep.
And online, a bunch of Panthers fans were shit-talking Bruins fans. And it was just like going back and forth. Bruins fans were like, oh, enjoy your one cup in your history, you fucking losers, blah, 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 blah. And it was just going back and forth. I am such
Ridiculous
a big...
chirp, by the way.
By the Bruins fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking
I am
preposterous.
such a massive... Dude, recency bias is the only thing I care about when you're talking shit as a fan base.
Yeah.
Are you good now?
Yeah.
I will never understand fans who run their fucking mouths when they haven't won recently.
Yeah.
And like, that goes into regular season stuff. It's like, we didn't really talk about this on the pod, but the Rangers hanging a regular season champs banner, like, that's what it said.
Yeah, yeah,
Didn't say President's Trophy winner. It said regular season champs. That is the most...
Vomit-inducing.
Dude, that is the most boner behavior I've ever seen. Like, take that banner down now and fix it.
Change the
Fix
Change the text. President's Trophy.
When there are people in fan bases running their mouths, talking shit because you just want a regular season game, I laugh my ass off, dude. It's like I've always said, like I've been on the end of being a fan of a team, and I'm like, yeah, the team that I root for is undefeated, and I will keep my mouth shut so securely, because if you don't win the ship, shut up, in my opinion. Yeah. So all these teams, all these fans, if you're a fan of a team that hasn't won in the last 5 years and you're running your mouth, I'm telling you, you look like an absolute donkey because your team sucks. They haven't won in a while.
Yeah.
Don't open your mouth until they win. And when they win, bury people.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want, but wait until they win. That is my advice, because otherwise you sound like a donkey. And just cut the shit. All right, babes, taking a quick break to talk to you about our partners, BetMGM. Without a doubt, the best sports betting app in the game. We're all over all this fun action with the NHL. We're doing Frozen Frenzy stuff with you guys. We're putting our picks in. We're getting into over-under shots this season. We're doing money line, puck line, all the usual stuff. The NHL season is cooking, but we also got World Series right now. We got Champions League right now. The NBA season has started. BetMGM has you covered wherever you want. And if you sign up right now with promo code AF200, BetMGM's got the best deal going for you. If you bet $10 on any sports bet, you get $200 of free play. That's 200 smackaroos right into your account with any sports bet of $10 or more. How could you not sign up for that? BetMGM has every single thing that you could possibly want to get in on the action with. We're going off on our channels all the time, getting you in on this hockey stuff. So make sure you sign up right now. Again, that's AF200. You're going to get that $200 of free play with any bet of $10 or more in the sports world. Get on it right now, because BetMGM takes care of you better than anyone else in the game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. 21 plus only in Arizona, Colorado, D.C., Massachusetts, Maryland, North Carolina, and Virginia only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona. First bet offer for new customers only, subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in Ontario and Puerto Rico.
Taking a quick break from the pod to talk to you guys about our partnership with Funkaway. This stuff has changed everything for me, and I am not kidding when I tell you that, because it has more than just sports stuff. They've got sports spray, but they've got room refresher, they've got laundry booster. I'm telling you, I thought I was going to love this stuff just for hockey, because we're playing hockey every night. My gear smells terrible, my bag smells terrible, it makes my car smell terrible, it makes my garage smell terrible, but it's everything. We just had a sick Halloween party at the house, and I got room refresher going everywhere. I got laundry booster after my costume gets rolled around in all night, and it's chaos. It's changing everything. And the best part about this stuff, because I've got all the other odor stuff, right? All the other companies that do this too. The best part about this is it doesn't just mask it, right? Where you get that like citrusy smell over the bad stuff, and I can still smell everything, and it's somehow worse even before I started. It's gone. Poof, vanishes. It's insane. I don't know how it works. They've got some crazy scientific formula going on that I'll never understand, but whoever did it is a genius, because this stuff completely evaporates odor like nothing I've ever seen. So if you're playing sports, get the sports spray. My hockey gear is amazing. Everyone wants to sit next to me in the locker room right now. But even if you're not a big sports person, it tackles everything else. It's so good. I love this stuff. I have it stocked everywhere now. In the house, in the locker room, at the car. I made the rink get it. I was like, you just keep this here. People will thank me later. It's fantastic. So go to funkaway.com or check it out on Amazon. You can find all their products there too. You will not regret it.
What's that? It's the trumpet song. I think they play it at like funerals and stuff. It's like the.
Oh yeah. What's that called, Lex? Look that up. I think it's called like the funeral march, the funeral dirge.
I want to play that right now as we talk about the injuries to the Utah Hockey Club.
Damn, dude. Damn.
Dursey, our guy, and Marino go down with multiple month injuries. I think certainly top 5. Those two are in the top 5, cannot get injured on that team, right?
As in, these are the top 5 most important players?
Yeah. You're like, dude, fuck, you can't get hurt.
I
just think they're so loaded with young offensive talent.
Yeah, fair.
If one of those guys get hurt, you're like, fuck. It's always sucks, right?
Sucks, yep.
But
top 5? Yeah.
The thing we talked about with them and why they got off to a hot start was how good their D was.
Loaded up on
They
D.
they re-signed Dursey, they got Marino, they got Sergachev, and it was like, this
Let's
is
go.
huge.
Losing 2 of those.
Now you lose 2 of those.
Dude,
And now they're losing games, dude.
Does this end the season for you?
I think playoffs is no longer an option.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Utah. Sorry, Utah and Utah fans. I think playoffs is much, much more difficult and unreasonable now.
Because it was going to be an absolute grind anyway.
But they were so hot.
I know.
Start.
Yeah. So I think, unfortunately, I'm with you. I actually might say it, dude. Like, and
You
I'll
think
have
they're
to eat
dead?
crow on this, but I just don't think you can make playoffs.
I think they're dead.
Because Marino's out like 3 months at best.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's at least 3 for
Like
both.
Jersey's Jersey's 4 to 6, and they're saying likely done.
Yeah. No, sorry. I was saying it's 3+ for both of them.
And Marino, so November, like would be like all of November, all of December, all of January. All right, so like Marino comes back in February.
Yeah.
Like let's best case scenario it. He comes back in February.
Yeah.
Fine. Predators got super hot at the end of last year, so I'll retract.
Yeah.
They could get in as a second wild card, but I think it's going to be hard.
Yeah, it's gutting.
And you need to fucking ball your ass off.
Yeah.
During this run here.
It's
Hard
absolutely
slog.
gutting. In these situations, it's a team that was going to be a bubble playoff team, and if you start struggling, do you call up guys and just be like this, like get reps in?
Yeah.
I'm calling up youth.
Hell yeah.
Getting the youths.
2 youths.
2 youths. Put them on the blue line. Get them reps.
Do you get them minutes, dude?
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe they needed this.
No.
Maybe.
I don't want it. I don't want
Maybe-
it. I don't want to hear it. I don't
maybe
want it.
this
I don't
is
even
just-
want. Don't even pander. I don't even want to hear it.
Maybe this is just what Utah needs.
I don't want you to just. I don't want you to do this again. You did it once before, and it was absolutely insane.
And it was absolutely right.
No.
Look at the Kings.
couple big wins.
Look at the Preds. Maybe they needed this. Maybe.
What do you mean? Look at the Preds.
They've won 3 straight.
Yeah, but they didn't have injuries.
They needed that start.
But you can't just turn the needed it thing
Oh,
into
yes,
anything.
I can.
No.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, you can't just say any bit of adversity is what they need. You need to stick to something. You need
Maybe-
to have some sort of code.
Maybe the Utah Hockey Club needed this.
I assure
Because
you they didn't.
They're renamed. They've moved.
Hey,
New barn.
I'm here to say-
hot start. Get a little too big for your britches. Big heads, not even fitting in buckets.
This guy's out of
Maybe they needed this.
you had me on the other one. You had me on the Kings. There's a chance they need it. The Utah Hockey Club did not need this.
Time will tell, Dan.
It will, but I'm telling you, they did not need this.
I think they might have.
They did not need this. Talk to me about how insane the Atlantic is right now.
Oh, yes, thank you. So I thought this was cool.
We actually got a DM yesterday from someone during Hockey Talk. Someone was like, the Atlantic is just as bonkers as you guys predicted it would be.
Right.
And it's not like we made this like, oh, that's such a bold prediction.
Yep.
But it is just like, man, these teams, they're buzzing.
So the top 3 teams in the Pacific are Vegas. Well, I'll give you top 4. Vegas, Kings, Calgary, which is obviously a shocker, and Vancouver. Vancouver's a few games in hand, so like Vancouver should jump. Like it should be Vegas, Vancouver, Kings, you know, and then Edmonton's lurking, obviously Seattle's there. Central's Jets, Dallas, Wild, surprising Avs, and Avs are surging. So like, you know.
On the back of fucking Ross Colton, dude.
Yep. Met, Devils, Rangers, Canes, whatever. Okay, so let me just do this. Here are the point totals in these other divisions. Okay? Met 14, 13, 10, 10, 8, 7, 7, 5.
Yeah.
14 to 5. Central 16, 14, 12, 10, 10, 9, 6, 5. 16 to 5. Pacific 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 9, 7, 2.
Tough.
Atlantic 13, 10, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 8.
Yeah.
And
Tight.
the top 3 is Florida expected, Tampa, Buffalo, which is
Yeah.
preposterous. But Buffalo, Toronto, Detroit, Montreal, and Boston all have 9 points, and the Sens have 8 through 8.
Yeah.
And like all those other guys are 9 through 9. And Florida's only comfortably in first because they've played 10 games. Like they just played the most games.
Yeah.
And dude, the goal diff, this is fucking mind blowing.
Yeah.
Florida 0. I'm going to go down the line. Florida 0. Tampa +7. Buffalo -1. Toronto -2. Detroit -3. Montreal -6. Boston -5. Ottawa 0. One team is plus, the Bolts,
Yeah.
in second.
Kooky.
Dude, it is
Kooky
going
stuff.
to be it occurred to me 10 games in, because we always say this, dude, gets late fast.
Yeah.
10 games in, this is now a thing. It's not nothing.
Yeah.
We are going to be dealing with this all year. I'd hoped like bees maybe would really start. Bees in Florida could like really separate.
Yeah.
And then 3 through 8 would be crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's actually going to be one. Maybe Florida goes, but like 2 through 8 we're going to be dealing with this all year.
Yeah.
Like whereas
I think
one
so.
game drops you like 3 places in the standings.
No doubt.
And that's good. It's what we signed up for. But it's just like I was watching. I'm like, Detroit got off to a horrible start. Buffalo sucks, and then they win 3 games and they're in 3rd. And I'm like, okay, dude. And like,
dude, I like made a joke. Like I think it was on Frozen Frenzy Day. We had we hit a couple of our parlays with BetMGM, and we missed a couple. And our mega parlay, for those who don't know, if you're a new listener, every every time there are 10 or more games, we do a mega parlay.
Yep.
Just bet money line on every game. And our mega parlay was actually buzzing. And then Buffalo beat
Dallas.
Buffalo beat Dallas.
Which the dice predicted.
And I made a joke. Yeah, I made a joke. I was like, the mega parlay imploded the second Buffalo decided to be good at hockey for the first time all season. And now they're like, we've won a few games. 3rd place.
Yep.
And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, the scary thing is there are zero games off in the Atlantic. Like when you are playing an in-division game, there's no like, well, we got Montreal this week.
Yeah.
We got Buffalo this week. It's fine.
Yeah.
Every single game is going to be fucking vital.
That's always important, right? And now with that division, it's so important. It is it's crazy. We're 10 games in, and you are like, every time you're playing an Atlantic Division game, you're like, we got to win.
Dude, and can I explain to you a little bit of collateral damage?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that term?
Yeah, I love it. I love
collateral.
the movie. A great Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
No.
Collateral Damage, yeah.
Oh. Collateral, Tom Cruise. Collateral Damage, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx. Give Jamie some recognition there.
Collateral damage. I had said, I think maybe we both had said, before the season, that the Atlantic would send 5 teams to the playoffs, 2 wild cards coming from the Atlantic.
Yeah.
I now am realizing
they're going to beat
each other up so much that they are going to be lucky to send 4.
Wow.
They're going to be lucky to send 4.
You think they might only send 3?
I think the fucking Met could send 5 teams.
That would be crazy.
It'd be insane. But couldn't you see, like...
You're getting ahead of the story early.
Couldn't you see... Yeah, dude, because, like, couldn't you see, like, the Caps and the Islanders just, like, bumbling along with 94 points again? And all of us being like, they blow.
Yeah.
And they do blow.
Yeah.
But then the Atlantic is, like, the Panthers have 100... call it the Lightning just for the consistency of the standings right now, have 99. And then it's, like, 7 teams have 93 points. All miss.
Yeah.
Or other than the 3. Whoever gets 3, congratulations. 4 through 8 all miss because you're behind the 2 idiots in the net who have been playing the fucking Blue Jackets and the Penguins.
I mean, it's possible, dude. It's
and
absolutely
the Flyers,
possible.
Who stink.
They are just beating each other up, and like I could see that. It's funny you mentioned the Caps, dude. The Caps are they're such an Alfred Hitchcock team to me. They're just a mystery. I don't get them at all. Caps fans are so hilarious because they're like this. This is how you do a rebuild, boys. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Rebuild? Are you an idiot? They are just like they're playing well and they're winning some games they're not supposed to be winning. And I'm like, all right, like fucking A, like you got your weird ass roster and here you go. Like PL's got 5 and 7. Yep. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
But it's all confusing shit, dude. It's crazy. Let's stick in the Met for our next topic in the Pittsburgh Penguins and Sidney Crosby. Are we panicking yet?
I am
this
not.
This is a discussion on Hockey Talk, and I'm curious where Pens fans sit because I'm like,
yep, he sits on pace for 8 goals this year.
Yeah, not great.
Not great, but obviously that's it. Listen, there is no universe where he's like falling off a cliff or anything at all. I had said many times preseason I thought he was gonna have a 100-point season.
Yeah.
I accept that might be hard-ish now. I still think he could do it straight up. I still think he could do it,
yeah.
But I'm like, ooh. Maybe it's an
80
something point season. The Penguins have the 2nd worst goal diff in the league behind the Sharks. or only ahead of the Sharks, I guess I should say. Sid, the only reason they were and dude, people kind of forget that they were very much in the mix for a playoff spot last year. It was down to the last game. The only reason that even happened was because Sidney Crosby put on his Superman cape and dragged the fucking battered corpse of that team almost across the finish line.
Yep.
If he isn't Superman this year, if he's Batman, and Batman's dope, dude. He just doesn't have superpowers. You know, Batman's a utility guy. If he's Batman this year.
He's well trained.
Yeah, he's well trained.
Yeah.
Puts in the time.
Yeah.
If Sidney Crosby isn't Superman this year, but he's merely Batman, they are dead. Deader than dead.
Yeah.
And he can't save everybody.
Yeah.
Rachel! He can't save her, dude. And that is, the Penguins are Rachel, and he can't save them. And we don't need to get into it, but just like changes must be made.
Yeah, I don't want to bore myself or the listeners with talking about it again, but it is like,
I don't even mean him specifically. I just mean like,
well, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to get into. There's a clip from the Vancouver game. And I don't really do this often, but I am going to call out Erik Karlsson. There's a clip from the Vancouver game where Karlsson just plays the most half-assed D I've ever seen in my life, gets turned by a forward on Vancouver, where he really does not put in a lot of effort. And it's just a now 2-on-1, bang, bang, pass across the crease, goal. Pittsburgh loses. And it's shout out G, shout out Mike Grinnell, because we talked about this when that trade was made. The discussions were, does this make them better? Are they in the playoffs now? And he was on this, and so was I. I was like, does it make them better? Yep, a little bit. Does it get them in the playoffs? No.
yeah.
And we'll see. But I'm being honest. I look at it, and I'm like, dude, your big guys. Gino's playing well right now. He had a good season last year. Sid had a great season last year. Letang had a great season last year. Karlsson had a decent season last year. They're just not, other than Sid and Gino, really. Like, no offense to those other guys. I don't even want to call out any of them in particular, but like, it's just that core's not dragging this team to playoffs.
Right.
They haven't in the last 3 years or 2 years.
Yeah.
And here we are now through 10 games. Anything could change, but just like Jari's not playing well. Your defense is really tough. It's really bad. And these guys that you're like, oh, well, I hope Raquel is amazing. I hope Hayes is amazing. They're just not amazing.
Yep.
And I think you got to look at Dubas, dude. You got to look at Dubas and be like, did these moves make you guys better? Are you a playoff team? And like we've said a million fucking times, Chris, if this team scratches and claws their way into playoffs, do they win a first-round matchup?
No.
Abso-fucking-lutely not. And when your core is all older than 34, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Does the Pittsburgh Penguins franchise need to lose in the first round with a bunch of 34-year-old or older guys? Like, how old is Hazy, too? 33?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So I'm just like, what is the plan? That's where I'll stop.
Yeah.
What's the plan, Phil?
Right. And they got to be talking about it. You know, it makes me sad. I've always loved because I love Sid, but I've always loved the Penguins. And just like, this Penguins team after the last 2 years needed an encouraging start.
Yeah.
Dude, straight up for morale. You know, the natural. Losing is a disease.
Dude, it's as contagious as syphilis.
Is that what he says?
I think syphilis is mentioned. I think he says like, I think he says the measles too.
Dude, I got to look that up. But this team, and it's Sidney Crosby, they're pros. Like, I'm not saying like the locker room's in shambles, but I am saying after the last 2 years, this team, in my opinion, needed an encouraging start.
Yeah. A
slightly over 500 start. 10 games in there, they're 5-3-2.
And you kind of needed, right, like, ooh.
And I'm
look,
like, okay.
Like you're pointing at a random player, you're like, ooh, look at him.
That's
like,
exciting.
He's
Ooh. But instead, you're 3-6-1, and everybody, including Sid, at places he doesn't like talking about at parties, goes, here we go again. Yeah. We are fucked.
Like 3-6-1 is
brutal, dude.
You're like, fuck me.
Brutal.
Fuck. So given that, we're 10 games in.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling?
10 games is a real sample size. I'll tell you this. I think the Rangers are doing nasty work.
Yeah.
Nasty
they're
work.
Good.
The Rangers, I was like, we'll see, you know. And, dude, they don't need to win the President's Trophy again. But I was like, Maybe they regress a tiny bit. Who cares? The Rangers are nasty. Nasty. Feeling in a way, I'm not going this far yet, but feeling in a way like Florida was last year where they were like, fuck you. We'll be right back where we just were. And I'm not even sure they're better than Florida yet, but I'm just saying the Rangers, to me, I'm like, fucking, that's a freight train. I'm still, and I'm going to fucking eat this, I'm sure, but I'm still not fully bought in on the Jets, even though they're 8-0 and fucking ridiculous. I'm also not bought in on Calgary's start.
Me neither. I'm sorry, Calgary, because I do want to show them love. Like, Huberdeau's great.
Yep.
And that's so good to see.
It's awesome.
I'm not bought in on them either. I will say Wolf is dope.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yep.
But yeah, they feel a bit like the Flyers to me last year.
I'm still not worried about the Preds. I've said that a lot. I think Dallas is very good, but Dallas has the same problem, or not problem, but I'm like, you were exactly this good last year.
Yeah, so to me, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like Dallas is going to Dallas.
Yep.
And nothing matters for Dallas until playoffs.
Yeah, right. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I kind of feel that way about Winnipeg, too.
Yeah.
Winnipeg is making playoffs.
Yep.
And I think they're nasty because they're healthy.
Yeah, right.
They were not healthy last year. And they're nasty right now because everyone is healthy. So I'm like, stay healthy. But also for me with Winnipeg, it's the same deal. Same song as Dallas. I'm like, get into playoffs and you got to fucking win, guys.
Yep.
Like, you cannot shut down. So there to me, I'm like, yep. I suppose I'm a bit surprised that Winnipeg's just undefeated and they're fucking nasty. I thought they were going to be nasty. Maybe not this nasty, but I'm also not shocked because like 10 games is a sample size, but it's also not.
Yeah.
Talk to me at 20.
Yeah, fair.
Talk to me at 20 is genuinely how I feel. I don't think shit matters until 20. Once 20 hits, I think
we're cooking.
I think stories are being told.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like you're not really going to dig out of this. Because even Edmonton's, like their slow start last year, that wasn't through 20, right? Like
no, because they were 2-9. It was through 11.
Yeah. So like even like after 20, Edmonton was like, we have righted the ship.
Yeah.
We're okay. So they're a little tough.
Yeah, because there's a few teams like Toronto I'm a little worried about, to be honest with you. The Ducks I'm a little disappointed in.
I'm definitely disappointed in the Ducks.
But to your point, they're like, I think they're 3-4-1 or something. Like it's 9 games, give it a beat.
Yeah.
So I'll revisit. But those are my initial feelings.
Yeah. No, I think that's right. But yeah, it's interesting. I do think because anytime there's streaks, I'm like, the streaks can't last.
Yeah.
So the ones that I am like the Wild, I'm like,
I'm happy about the Wild.
And the Rangers, I'm like, you guys are fucking good.
Rangers are sick.
They're just good. Shesty's so good.
Yep, give him 20
And
mil.
I mean, look at Kakko, dude.
Yeah.
Kakko's got 6 points.
It's incredible.
It's like I think he tied a career high. It's unbelievable.
Good for him. I'm happy for him.
It's fucking great. But no, they're buzzing. It's October right now. We're heading into November. In my opinion, probably the 2 best months in sports because we've got everything cooking. We've got the NFL. We've got World Series. Hockey season is cooking. Basketball is back. Champions League is going on. And that means that rivalry games are absolutely firing. And the best way to ignite the rivalry and get in on it, a little bit of Fireball. A little bit of Fireball. Whether you're doing these nips, a little shooter, whether you're making a nice little mixed drink, I've said it a million times, Fireball and Diet Dr. Pepper, pretty fire. Get on top of it. Get on top of it. It's a no-brainer. Listen to me right now. Fireball is the best way to get the flames cooking when you're watching sports, make you feel on the hot seat while you're in the action. Whether you are at the game, watching at a bar, or watching at home, Fireball is going to get you sparked up and feeling like you're on the field, on the ice, or on the court watching every single one of these games. And when those rivalries are going on, we had Bruins Maple Leafs the other night going to OT. Brad Marchand, captain, scores for the winner. What better way to celebrate than with a nice shot of Fireball? It is the best unbelievable cinnamon whiskey in the game, and it's going to make every single game day feel like you are right in the action because it's going to ignite that passion and that rivalry every single time. So have some Fireball today. Let's get into a beer league hotline.
Wags,
take us away.
My beer league team is in desperate need of new jerseys, so we're finally pulling the trigger. As GM, I asked everyone for their desired size and number. One kid on our team responded with number 69. I don't know what I expected since he was 69 on our old jerseys too. But I was hoping that was a decision he made when we got those jerseys 8 years ago. And now he would know better. It's not that big of a deal, but it makes us look like douchebags. Is there any way I can tell him no on the 69 thing?
Dude, no.
69.
Nice. Dude, unfortunately, Dan, my knee jerk is you gotta let him wear it. Because for two reasons. Number one, like, and maybe there's a little bit of a Gronk thing to him where it's just like it makes him happy, you know, like
yeah.
it makes him play better because he's like every time he puts it on, he's like,
yeah.
And then two, Dan,
no.
and this more importantly, he's grandfathered in. If there wasn't a 69 on the squad and he was requesting it for the first time, he was changing from 19 to 69, I'd be like,
yeah,
bro, no. Like, because if he got these jerseys 8 years ago, it sounds like these guys are in their 30s or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't be changing to 69
yeah.
in your 30s. But if you've been 69 the whole time, I think there's a chance you are able to remain 69.
I unfortunately, dude, I'm completely on the side of this guy who messaged here. I 69 to me, like him in the message saying we look like douchebags, I completely agree with. Whenever we play a team and someone's rolling around with 69, I'm like, look at that man-child.
Yeah.
If you are over the age of 24 and you're rocking 69 and something, you are the least funny guy I've ever met. It's such low-hanging fruit, poop humor, and I'm like, grow up, dude. Just grow up. There's other ways to get your rocks off. You don't need to be wearing 69.
But dude, what do you tell him no? Like you go, hey bro, no, and he goes, the fuck's your problem?
Yeah,
you
that's
the
a
fucking
good
fun police, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think you can do that. This is my advice. This is what I would do. You got to take this on the chin and you change it yourself. Like when you send in the numbers and sizes, change it to like give him the Yager number, change it to 68. And when the jersey shows up, you go, "Oh, dude. Oh, shit, like I don't know what happened." And then if you're a real man, you give him the jersey. And first of all, you give it to him and you go, I mean, it's fucking Yager number. That's kind of sick.
Yep.
Spin it, spin zone, spin zone. But then you also, you step up and you open up your email and you go, dude, I fucking typed it in wrong. I typed in a 68. Put it on yourself.
I was going to say, I thought you put it on.
No.
No.
You do not blame men's league sweaters, dude. No. You put it on yourself. You go, dude, I fucked up. I typed 68. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. I typed it in wrong.
Disaster.
Dude, this is a great idea.
Yeah.
This is a great solve by
you.
You
lay down on the grenade for your team.
Yep. You save the reputation. You save the reputation of the boys, and you save your respect in the eyes of this man.
And you help this guy out a little bit.
And you help him.
You help him grow up a little bit.
Yep.
He probably his wife comes to a game one day and she's like, God damn it! Like he's looking for 69.
Which one's your husband?
And then you see 68, and she doesn't have to go, hey, he's number 69. She goes, oh, he's number 68. But he probably comes home that night to dinner, and he's like, babe, got my fucking jersey today. It's 68, not 69. So you've actually helped his marriage too, because she's like, oh, that sucks, honey, but she's like, thank God.
Yes.
And Thank God my husband's not the one rolling around with 69 on his back.
You could get him to like it. Like I picture handing him the 68 and being like, "Oh fuck, my bad," and then you're like, maybe a couple more goals in the 68. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. That you invoke Yager.
He's like, yeah, dude, maybe you're right.
You go, oh no, but then you go, oh, actually, dude, Yager number. That's pretty sick.
Maybe you're right.
And then you maybe you tell him to do a jersey tuck, go full Yager. Next thing you know, he grows a mullet.
Dude, ruins his marriage, gets divorced. She goes,
moves,
he has a mullet.
Moves to Czech.
Yeah.
Now he's back.
Banging models.
This guy, we saved this guy's life.
He's banging models. That's awesome. I'm happy for him.
That's great stuff, dude. I'm very, very happy for him.
Change his number.
That's a great beer league hotline. All right, let's move on and talk about our trendings. Let's go to trending.
Okay.
Number 1, trending up. The Minnesota Wild.
I've had a lot of comments from Wild fans saying, you guys don't talk about the Wild. And you know what? They're goddamn right. They're absolutely right. They deserve us to talk about them.
And here we are.
Talking
about the Wild. The Wild are absolutely buzzing, dude. They had their first regular season loss to the Flyers. Ugly one, 75, after they had a 4-3 lead early in the third. But they dusted the Panthers. They dusted the Lightning. They took the Jets to OT, which is hard to do right now. Krill and Boldy are absolutely firing. Faber is going to get going, as we know. Gus and Flower look like the tandem of 2 years ago.
Which is huge, by the way. Because that was a surprise for me last year when they were like the shock team that kind of fell out of it.
Yep.
That I was like, Gus stinks now. And like, I don't know what's happening.
But now he's good.
And like, he's good. And Flower is like,
Flower's good.
Flower's
Pads are sick.
You know how when you're like, Wags, you probably relate to this, but when I'm at the gym and I'm on my last set, I feel like I can always get the most out of that one because I'm like, whatever, this is the last set of this. And I was putting a little in the tank before.
Yeah.
That's what Flower feels like he's doing this year.
No doubt.
Where he's like, this is everything I got, dude.
No doubt. They're 12th in the league in goals for, 5th in goals against. They're just buzzing, dude. It's like, it's really, really good to see. You love to see it. And then the big one, dude. Them doing this with the Parise and Suter contracts still eating them alive, which are coming off this summer.
Dude, like if they make playoffs
we're
this
building
year,
towards something.
I don't think they're going to win the cup this year, but if they make playoffs, God forbid they win a round, like if they make a decent run and then get all that extra cap space back.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to a really cool Wild fan yesterday, dude. I was at the bar yesterday. Saying how good they are, how good it is seeing Krill, seeing Boldy. I mean, Boldy's just like, you love to see that. I love this Wild. I love this version of the Minnesota Wild. Hockey needs the Minnesota Wild back in playoffs. Hockey needs Minnesota hockey to be good. Mm-hmm. How cool would a Minnesota Wild Stanley Cup be?
It'd be awesome, dude.
And can you imagine that arena in a Stanley Cup final?
Dude.
Can you imagine those people, those Minnesota people, going fucking nuts for the Minnesota Wild in a Stanley Cup final?
It would be so sick.
It would be so sick. So I'm taking this opportunity to say this. Kirill Kaprizov, you have to stay.
Oh, okay.
I think
Agreed.
I said this summer, it might have been in a hockey talk. I said this summer, as someone who wants more chaos, we don't see enough UFAs, big-time UFAs in the NHL anymore. We obviously just got it with Stammer and Marshy. That's great. But even still, those guys are, in their mid-30s.
Yep.
We really don't see big-time UFAs in the NHL anymore, and a bunch of people were like, Kirill could be it.
Yeah.
We remember he held out.
Yeah.
He was being like, get me my money. He got his money, but he got a bridge, and now here we are. He's about to be UFA. Parise and Suter are off the books. He's fucking crushing it with this team. And these Russian boys, man, they're unpredictable.
Yeah, they are.
He could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
He could easily go straight to Vegas. He
go to
could
the KHL.
easily go. I hope not, but he could go to the KHL. I need Billy Guerin to make sure that happens.
And I think
because
if
Krill comes back,
if
Krill comes back, Suter and Parise come off the books, and the Wild have this good season if they stay on this track, that is a big-time UFA destination, I think.
Agree.
Good players who are hitting UFA who are going, I'm looking for a new team, and the Wild are good. They've got Krill locked up for 8 years. They've got Boldy locked up. I think that's a team that they're like, dude, I mean, we talk about places you want to live. You got to think about it, guys. Hockey players, what's your time off? The summer. Oh. Is there a better place than Minnesota in the summer?
There is not.
You got a house on Lake Minnetonka. Let the waters of Lake Minnetonka purify your spirit all summer long. Cleanse you. You're telling me you don't want to sign in Minnesota? Fuck off.
I'll sign there right now.
Me too. Give me a fucking deal.
Yep.
Give me a 1-year deal. I'll sign immediately. Vet min. I'll do it like that. So I just think get Kirill locked up, and I think the Wild are coming for asses, dude.
I want it, dude.
And they got Faber signing his deal. Like, that's big. Like, Faber's like, I'm here, dude.
Yep.
I love it.
Trending down, the Boston Bruins. Nothing fixes a slump like the Maple Leafs coming to town. I will say that. So nice.
Those poor
nice
Leafs.
way against Toronto.
And also, isn't it great how Boston had a lead, gave up a shit goal in the third period just to go to OT, just to like break their hearts even more, and have Marshy score too.
First goal, bang,
unbelievable,
just too perfect. But they lost 3 straight. They lost 4 out of 5. They're 4-4-1 through 9 games this year. They're in like technically 7th, but like it's all everyone's got 9 points, whatever. But uncharacteristic slow start. I think they've started hot the last couple seasons. Obviously, they've given up the 8th most goals in the league. And we all kind of felt like D and goaltending was going to be the strong suit of this team. They are not fucked by any means, but they are not good right now.
No, I will say there's a few things for the Boston Bruins. Marchand obviously gets his first goal.
Yep.
I think a lot of us included, thought Marchand had 3 surgeries over the summer, and we kept looking at last season more than this season. We were like, oh, dude. He was a little slow. What do you have, like 7 points or something? he was a little slower, and we were like, oh, it's because he had these serious knocks. He got the surgery. He's going to be back. It's clear that he is shaking off rust.
Mm-hmm.
There was talks, he said in an interview, he's like, I'll be ready for game 1. And he was.
Yep.
But maybe he shouldn't have been.
Yeah, right.
And that's not a knock on Marshy. You're a fucking beast, dude. It's
I
more
cannot
like
believe you were
you
out
had
there.
3 surgeries and you're going to play all 82 games. You're a monster. So I think there's a chance him getting his first goal in game 10 or whatever, 9 or whatever. I think that is a sign of like he's still getting up to speed. Sway is getting up to speed.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Yeah, good point.
Monster win, and he's had some great games. Like the Preds game,
He was awesome. Yeah,
they
he
lost
played so
4-0
good.
with an empty net goal, but like Sway had 7 saves.
Yeah.
Like they peppered Boston in that game. But ultimately, for people who don't know, when you're dealing with contract stuff like that, you're not playing with the team. You're not getting NHL shots. You're not getting ready. You're not getting the same preseason and practice games that everyone else has. So he's getting up to speed. But you look at it, Elias Lindholm, hot start through 4 or 5. Cooled off a little bit. Zadorov took a penalty in every single
game.
fucking game until last game. Like, that's not the start that he wants. Zaka is not off to the start that he wants. They still haven't figured out what to do on that second line right wing. So, yes, I think that they are trending down because they've got a lot of guys who are not off to a start that even close to what they want, and there's just so many things to figure out.
Yep.
Now, by the time this episode comes out on Wednesday, I think there's a chance we see some changes. I said this yesterday. I think Tufty got bounced. Someone else did too. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. But I think Tyler Johnson gets signed.
Yeah.
I think he's sitting there. He's still practicing with the team. He's on that PTO. He just feels like the most perfect vet. Like, he had such a good preseason.
I know.
I think he's going to get brought into the lineup. I think we're going to see some call-ups with guys like Lysol and Merkulov. You just have to take some shots here because
Agreed.
the offense is fucking brutal. The big bad D is just not big and bad.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, the fact of the matter is that defense of Charlie McAvoy, Mason Lohrei, Hampus Lindholm, Brandon Carlo, Andrew Peak, and Nikita Zadorov should be getting shutouts.
Yeah.
And you're not getting shutouts. So those guys, I think, are going to figure it out absolutely, but they're trending down. You got to trend them down here.
Because to your point, you got the next 10 games to get your shit together. Because if not, then it's 20 games and stories are being told, as you said. So
Hundo P.
next 10 games is actually very important in Boston, in my opinion.
Hundo P. Trending up, we mentioned him earlier, Ross the Boss Colton. The next 50 goal scorer in the NHL. He is Zach Hyman of last year.
Yep.
Nathan McKinnon out here is getting empty net goals like a fucking plug, dude. Like a little porper. Tiny Tim begging for scraps.
Oh my
having
God.
to get empty netters. Meanwhile, Ross has fucking 8 goals on the season.
And really, it's the whole Avalanche team this time because it's like you got Ross firing. Kale, Nate, Moose have 16, 15, and 14 points when the league lead is 17. They've won 5 straight after the start they've had. And the huge one, the change in goal. I don't even know how to say this dude's name, the Finnish goalie.
Try.
Anunen.
Pretty good.
Is that how you say
I
it?
don't know. I think it's Anunen.
Anunen. A new goalie.
A new goalie.
That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Played the last 4, won all 4. Boys are responding to him in net. And I think Georgiev's going to be fun. I actually saw some cool because they have Kaapo Kakkonen too. And I saw some reports that were like, you should send Georgiev to the A so he can just like dominate on minor league players, get his confidence back up, and then you can reassess because Anunen's playing so well.
That would be savage. Though.
Savage. But, dude, he was not acceptable. Like, he hasn't let in less than 3 goals.
True.
I think he's also played – he maybe has played 5 games. He hasn't let in 3 or more every game. And a new goalie has been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it takes to right that ship there, they'll take. They don't give a fuck whoever's playing hot goalie is good for them. But it's good to see. Ross had texted us, dude. Ross was like, nobody sleep on the Avs. We're coming. And then bang, 5 straight.
That locker room is so fine.
Yep.
They're a good one. Like, we should. I think we did mention this, but like we talk about the Preds. Like, Nate ain't letting the boys panic here.
They'll be all right.
They're back, dude. They're back.
Also trending up, the Buffalo Sabres won 3 straight. They beat a very good Dallas team, and they had a very important win against Detroit, which is what we were just saying before about those games being so fucking valuable. How do you handle those games, by the way?
When Detroit loses?
No, well, Buffalo, Detroit. I feel like
it's brutal.
Those are your 2 darlings.
I
guess you got to beat Detroit this year though, because they have more
Yeah, I mean, like, it is tough. I love both those teams. I'm the biggest bitch in the world, dude. I'm a fucking bandwagon slut. I love everybody. I just love every team.
Yeah.
I just want people to be happy.
Everyone's my boy. Everyone's my team.
If I had my druthers, everyone would make playoffs.
Is there a single team that you're like, I don't love them?
Dude, I was actually thinking about that the other day. I think someone said that to me. They were like, "Do you hate?" Or no, it was a question. It wasn't a chirp. It was a legitimate question. It was like, "Do you hate any team?" And the answer is legitimately no.
I used to hate the Habs, and now
I will tell
too
you,
many fun guys.
I will tell you, positivity Dan. Dano is only positive these days. I hate fans.
Oh yeah,
there are
sure.
fans that I hate.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean I hate fan bases. I think there's good apples in every fan base.
Yeah.
But there are some.
Well, that's probably true about every team.
There are some fan bases that the majority, I'm like, the majority of you are horrible.
Yeah.
And they make me want your team to lose.
Right.
But I don't dislike any team. I think it's just like hard to dislike a team.
Yeah.
Like, what's there to dislike about
rival.
like a cool city with a bunch of good fans?
Yeah.
And then like I love all the players. Like that's the end of the day. Like there's not a single player in the NHL that I dislike.
Yeah.
I want them all to score 100 points.
Me too. Tage Thompson, our boy, hammer fucked a one-timer at 104.69.
Dude, he fucking clap ball.
Hardest in-game shot in NHL history.
Yeah.
And he didn't even score. Lions saved it. And they
Yeah.
scored on the rebound. But still, hammer fucked a one-timer. Are you buying this with the Sabres, or we still think they're bad?
No. Dude, again, I will always be on the wall, dude.
Yeah.
I will always root for you. But they've hurt me too many times recently. I'm just kind of like, I know that they're capable of this. But until they do it for fucking 20 straight games and then the next 20 don't shit on themselves, then I'm not going to buy anything.
Yep.
I'm always going to be there, but I'm not buying anything.
Yep.
I'm in the store. I'm going to show up to the store every day, but I'm not buying anything.
Not buying. Just looking. Need any help, sir?
Yeah, I'm here to support. I'm going to make the store look full.
Yep. Okay, those are our trending topics this week. Now we're getting into our starting six.
Starting
we'll give you the
six.
best players at their position in the league currently.
Currently, the best 6 players at their position. We're doing our starting 6, left wing. Hey, guess who we've talked about twice now?
2 times.
The Minnesota Wild. Kirill Kaprizov at left wing. Unbelievable. 15 points on the year, 11 points in his last 5 games.
Puke, dude.
Are
Gross.
you absolutely kidding me? Points in every game this year but 1. And he's not even scoring yet. Dude.
Yep.
He's an assist man.
Yeah.
He's an ass man.
He's
dude.
an ass man.
Can you believe it?
I bet he is.
Krill's an ass man.
Yeah, he's
just
an ass man.
snapping the biscuit around, getting apples left and right, dude. It's fall.
Buttermilk,
He's going
buttermilk.
apple picking.
God damn. And he will score. That's what's crazy.
Yes, he will. Only 4 goals so far, but you know that he's going to get it. His career high is 108 points. Absolutely could smash that.
I bet he could, dude.
But he is a key piece in this Wild team cooking.
At center, we're going Nico Hischier. He leads the league with 9 tucks. He only has 3 assists, so we're kind of having a bit of an Austin Matthews season for him right now.
That's okay.
That's okay. But, dude, his career high, what do you think his career high in goals is? Did you look
33.
already? 31.
That was a guess.
Career high in goals, 31. He had 27 last year. I mean, you got to believe that's getting crushed this year.
Yeah, got to get 40 now.
9 goals in 10 games.
Stay hot.
So,
don't change your game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Devils would fucking love that if they get that kind of production from him. The Devils are good.
Yeah.
You know, they played most games, which is why they're in first, because the Rangers are up their ass. But this is a big they would be, because Jack's like a little bit of a slowish start. This would be awesome.
Not little. I'm going to pee whack Jack.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I love you. You know that, Jack. But like, I also know that you're a 120-point guy. So let's get the motor
Let's
going.
Let's go here. I put a lot of stake.
I'm giving you some go juice right now. Like,
Yeah.
use this as motivation.
Yeah.
You can be better. Be better. I know you can. You're going to do it.
So Nico, carrying the boys. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to see it. At right wing, unlikely hero, maybe. What the fuck is going on? Mark Stone down in Vegas. Unbelievable. Vegas is in first place in the Pacific. He leads the NHL, Chris. Leads the NHL in points at 17. He has 8 points in his last 3 games. I mean, we got a 100-point season coming from Jack Eichel right now. But
Yeah, we
apparently
do.
We've got a 100-point season coming from Mark Stone right now. What's Mark Stone's career high? 67 points or something like that?
That's a great question.
Like, I mean, this is just remarkable stuff. Mark Stone is on fuego, dude.
And, dude, it's like you said earlier, this is just – it's clear how valuable he is to the team. Like we said, Eichel can't get hurt. Mark Stone can't get hurt. These guys can't get hurt this year. Who knows what's going to happen? It's 10 games in.
Yeah.
But you can see what a healthy, firing Mark Stone does for this team.
No doubt about it, dude.
Career high, 73.
73 points, okay.
That was the year, actually, that he got traded to Vegas.
Oh, that was the split year. So Ottawa, Vegas.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Ottawa Vegas, he went 33-40 for 73 in 77 games.
It's such a solid year.
Solid.
30
solid
goals,
year.
40 assists.
But other than that, it's like
Shit.
64, 62, 63, 61, 53 last year. But 53 and 56 last year, I might add.
Say again?
53 and 56.
Oh, yeah. He was
last
buzzing
year.
last year.
Yep.
But, maybe he heard me saying, now, you remember this year, I said, like, we were talking about Vegas, and here they are in fucking first place. But I was like, I think this year Mark Stone can't get hurt.
Yeah.
And, like,
Let's
here
go.
we go, dude. 17 fucking points. Starting right wing on the starting 6 this week. Let's go.
Let's go. Left D. Always a tricky one, left D, but I'm going Victor Hedman.
I love it.
Got his first 2 tucks of the season in that ridiculous 8-5 win against the Devils. But that was sick. He's got 8 points in 8 games. He's a +3 while still playing over 23 minutes a game. He's just one of the guys that we said wouldn't let Tampa be bad, and that is currently happening. Like we were like, all that trending pick of Tampa to maybe miss playoffs, we were like, well, with Vasi and Kuch and Hedman, it would be tough. And they're all nasty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? Starting at right D, it could be Kale again.
Should be Kale again.
Leads the league in assists. We released that clip saying, there's a
Best player in
chance
the NHL.
Kale might be the best player in the NHL. Guys, if you're looking for futures, I love that Hart vote.
Me too. Holy
I
hell.
love that Hart vote.
Yep.
But I'm going to give it to maybe my favorite name in the NHL, Neil Pionk. Neil Pionk buzzing on the best team in the league right now. He is firing. He's got 10 points in 8 games this year, including 9 in his last 5. He's a +7, and the Jets are undefeated. This is what we were talking about. Remember what we were talking about with the Leafs? You got Morgan Riley.
Yep.
Who's your other guy? I know they got Tanev. Calm down, Leafs fans. Talk a lot about Josh Morrissey on this team. Here's Neil Pionk buzzing as well. Over a point per game.
On second pair.
Oh, yeah. Over a point per game on the undefeated team in the league. That's going to get you in the starting 6.
So nasty.
That's just fantastic stuff.
At goalie for the first time this year, it is not Connor Hellebuck in net. It is Freddie Anderson. And honestly, the Canes could have been in trending up.
Yes, they could have, dude, because I was going to say through 4 games, I was a little bit like this. Does Carolina suck? We talked about the losses they had on D.
Yep.
But then we also talked about they went out and replaced them immediately.
Yep.
And maybe a little getting the gears going through 4, but
Jarvie scoring again.
The Canes.
They've won 3 straight.
Yep.
They're on a 3-0 West Coast swing, which is hard. They're on the 3-0 road trip. If they beat Vancouver tonight, this is Monday, if they clean sweep at 4-0. And Freddie, dude, who's been splitting time with Kochetkov to start the year, has now been taking the job and kind of firing. A league best 9.41 save percentage, a league best 1.48 goals against.
Freddie.
And dude,
man, Freddie, since leaving Toronto,
unbelievable.
Regular season.
Yeah, he was going to say.
Freddie is just one of the best, most reliable goalies going. He's maybe not going to, or he's not going to get you Vezina.
Yep.
But if he's in net for you, you're like, we're good.
Yeah.
And also that D. I mean, like Jacob Slavin, great player. Like he's just going to help you out every time.
Yep. Now we're going to finish with a game, as always. And this time the game, everybody play along. This game is called Connective Tissue.
This is one of the greatest games I've ever invented.
Yep.
I just want to say that I love that.
We used to play this game. Dan and I play this game with movies all the time. The way it works is you come up with 2 movies that their name connects.
Leads into each other.
So the end of one movie title would be the first word in the second movie.
Yes. So our example for you guys playing along is The Empire Strikes Back to the Future. Back is
The Empire Strikes Back, Back to the Future.
So the hint we would give is I would say something like...
I would say after finding out that his father
finding out the leader of the empire is his father,
he travels back in time in a DeLorean.
Yeah.
To bring his family back
so
together.
You create a plot that's both so you can figure out
After
the
finding out the leader of the evil empire is secretly his father, he travels back in time in a DeLorean to bring his family back together.
Yeah. And that one's a little easy because we say things like the Empire and the DeLorean, so you can make it a little harder.
We would know harder like that. So in this game, NHL Connective Tissue.
Okay.
Their names connect.
Whose names connect?
2 players.
Players, okay.
And I'm going to give you a bio about this mystery player. And to answer the original game correctly, Dan would have to say, the answer is The Empire Strikes Back to the Future.
Yes.
In this case, Dan's going to have to say
2 players.
Well, 3 names.
Oh, very cool.
Because it's going to be
very cool.
That's what becomes the full thing. Our team bored everyone in the league to death on the way to 3 Stanley Cup champions, and I won a Conn Smythe, despite surprisingly never winning a Norris. Then, playoff success eluded me, even though I won 2 Rocket Richard trophies, until finally winning back-to-back Cup championships, despite surprisingly never winning a Conn Smythe.
Our team bored everyone to death.
Our team bored everyone in the league to death on the way to 3 Stanley Cup championships, and I won a Conn Smythe, despite surprisingly never winning a Norris. Then, playoff success eluded me, even though I won 2 Rockets until finally winning back-to-back Cup championships, despite never winning a Conn Smythe.
I got it. Dead puck. Scott Steven Stamkos. Come on, baby.
Scott Steven
Come on.
Stamkos. Very good, Dan.
Hell yeah, dude.
Very good one.
That was trickery because with the board, I was thinking Islanders. And then I was like, nope, not 3 championships. What are you talking about?
Running that trap, dude.
Yep. And then the trap, dude. Trap and the dead puck. Nice, dude.
Never won a Norris.
Scott Steven Stamkos.
Scott Steven
What
Stamkos.
a player.
What a career. 5 titles, 2 Rockets. 5 titles, 2 Rockets, 1 Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
No Norris.
No Norris, though. But you're winning, 5 cups, dude. 5 cups and a couple Rockets and a Conn Smythe.
And a Norris. Or no, sorry, no Norris.
That's in the Hall, dude.
That's in the Hall of Fame.
That guy's in the Hall.
Scott Steven Stamkos.
Scott Steven Stamkos.
Really good job.
Really good clues.
Really good job.
That's unbelievable. That's Connective Tissue, and that is also our inaugural episode in the new studio. Hopefully we'll have our fucking table next week, but until we see you then,
enjoy Halloween. I think this is coming out 10:30.
Yeah. Enjoy Halloween.
So happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Stay safe, have fun.
Yep.
And happy birthday, Dad.
Nice.
10/29.
Happy birthday, Dad. And then, until all that,
skate hard.